Greetings, I'm Paul Friedman, founder of the Marriage Foundation, and today's topic is how long does marriage counseling take? Welcome back, I'm Paul Friedman, founder of the Marriage Foundation, and the topic, how long does marriage counseling take, is really wide open. So just so you have an understanding, yes, I'm a marriage counselor, but I'm not a Western psychologist. And I've trained many Western psychologists according to the teachings that I've created. I used to be a divorce mediator. In 2001, a couple asked me to help them save their marriage. I asked my Western psychologist friends, how do I do this? And the answers they gave me didn't really work for me. So I did a deep dive and I created, or was shown, a true understanding of what marriage is all about. And to illustrate this, I'm going to ask you a simple question. And I want you to think about it. Why do we get married in the first place? Not that you fell in love, but why did you get married in the first place? And this was a question I'd never asked myself until I posed it to myself. And the answer is so simple and so profound at the same time. We get married because we know intuitively that it will bring us happiness. And as an individual human being, happiness is what we're always seeking. And it's true that marriage is, I call it the sacred space of marriage. It's a beautiful vehicle for happiness and love, because love universally makes you happy. You cannot feel love, not here, but here, because this is emotional love. You cannot feel love from here and not be happy. This love, in fact, creates joy more than happiness when we're in tune with that. And we know that intuitively, but we've never been taught to listen to that inner voice and to recognize that this is literally what drives us. So the question about how long does marriage counseling take is actually irrelevant when you understand marriage. Now, when I was training marriage counselors, I'll never forget the first batch. That was in 2011, I think. And I had, well, we started with 25, but we ended up with about 13 or 14 marriage counselors. And a couple of them took a leadership role. And they told me, you got to fire this one, you got to fire this one. Now, I didn't hire them, but they didn't want them in the class anymore. They didn't want them learning about marriage counseling, because they saw that these characters would stretch out the marriage counseling sometimes for over a year. Well, that's not true marriage counseling then. True marriage counseling will take you from the very moment you step in, which is how I did it, until the couple or the individual is better. And that's why we have courses for individuals, until the individual gets it. And then they just need to be educated more and more. And actually, that's why the online video classes are much better than marriage counseling. So if you go to a marriage counselor, you're going to waste so much time. Don't do it. And if you do, before you do, at least read one of my books. But normal, positive, good marriage counseling, no more than 4 or 5 sessions. I had it down to 2, maybe 3. And then I'd meet with the individual maybe a few months later and like that. But that was before we had the online classes, the online course. So you don't really need marriage counseling per se. You need education, and you need guidance as an individual, please do not do couples counseling. It's a setup for more drama, more conflict, more competition. It's the last thing you need. I'm Paul Friedman. Go to our website. I appreciate your having come by. God bless you and take care.